China has hit India's flagship carrier Air India and the United States aviation behemoth, the Boeing Corporation. Is it possible to sabotage an airliner on ground or when airborne through cyber strikes? The answer is a resounding yes. Namaste, my name is Dr. Neeraj Srivastav, and in this video I am going to reveal China's devious plan to attack India and United States in one fell swoop. Air India 171 was possibly downed by a Chinese state-sponsored cyber attack on its electronic control unit or ECU, and with this horrible crime almost 300 individuals lost their lives, including those who died as a ground casualty. In one criminal masterstroke, China has hit India's flagship carrier Air India and the United States aviation behemoth, the Boeing Corporation. And with this, China has also grievously wounded its two main adversaries at this point of time, India and the United States of America. India has been a major enemy since the last 60 years of China on geopolitical, military, and territorial issues, as well as regional supremacy, while the US, on the other hand, contends for global influence and dominance, economic and technological issues, as well as ideology. The last few months has seen a blitzkrieg of tariff wars between the United States and China, and a proxy Indo-Chinese war a month back, with Pakistan being the unfortunate pawn on the receiving end. The crash of Air India Boeing 787-8 Dreamliner has effectively rubbed India's and the United States' noses properly in the accompanying filth. Boeing is not new to cyber menace. In 2023, Lockbit ransomware hacked sensitive Boeing data and demanded a ransom of $200 million and also leaked a part of the breached data. The path to suspicion. This aircraft, Boeing 787-8 Dreamliner, has been flying since 2011, the last 14 years, without a fatal crash. Please bear in mind that for 14 years, there has not been a single fatal crash of Boeing 787-8. In this period, more than 1,100 Dreamliners have flown around the world, carrying more than 875 million passengers without any fatality. And then suddenly, within a span of 2 days, we have a fatal crash claiming 300 lives, multiple return to bases, and a bag full of aborted takeoffs. And all of them with Air India Boeing 787-8 Dreamliners. It defies logic. It even defies the law of total probability, as well as every other tantric or black magic stuff. It unequivocally points to a planned, premeditated, deliberate cyber attack on Air India flights and Boeing 787-8 aircrafts. Just look at this. Air India AI 1915 New Delhi Dubai cancelled, technical snag. Air India AI 153 New Delhi to Vienna cancelled, technical snag. Air India AI 143 New Delhi Paris cancelled, technical snag. Air India AI 159 Ahmedabad London cancelled. Air India AI 133 Bangalore London cancelled, technical snag. Air India AI 170 Amritsar to London cancelled, under review. Hong Kong Delhi AI 315 forced to return to Hong Kong, technical snag. San Francisco Mumbai AI 170 had to be offloaded at Kolkata because of a technical snag. Just look at the coincidence of the ghoulishness of it all. It's pretty much evident and pretty devious. AI 170 from San Francisco to Mumbai flew halfway across the globe from San Francisco to Kolkata en route Mumbai, but had to be grounded due to tech snag and passengers offloaded at Kolkata airport. Why? Because Calcutta is close to China and the malware was being infiltrated from there. Close proximity. Now let's look at the road to disaster. The main question arises is it possible to sabotage an airliner on ground or when airborne through cyber strikes? The answer is a resounding yes. The modern aircrafts come with a multitude of hyper-networked command modules, each playing a critical role in the flight management system. All of these are interlinked to other command system, data networks, and satellite links. Every terrestrial or ground-based satellite or data link provides a window for a cyber attack. Once any of these are breached, it is a matter of seconds till critical flight management systems are compromised. The Boeing 787-8 Dreamliner comes with a FADEC interface, FADEC interface, like many other advanced airliners. FADEC is the full authority digital engine control unit which controls all engine operations and is in supreme command of engine functions. FADEC or FADEC has sensors for all critical engine parameters and processes the input it receives from them, passing them on to actuators which do the necessary operations. Therefore, in very simple terms, you have sensors placed at all the critical points of the aircraft which sends messages to the central processing unit which processes this information and then sends it across to the actuators at different points to stabilize or guide the flight. Since FADEC are in supreme command of the engine with no pilot or manual override options, they become a deadly menace if cyber compromised. This is one of the most disheartening things which I have noticed or which I have come across is that this FADEC system is in supreme command, and if it goes wrong, then there is no way that the pilot can override it. A pilot can override the autopilot, but a pilot cannot override the FADEC or the engine control system. This has to be looked into. The simple fact is that he who controls FADEC controls the engine and thus controls the aircraft. FADEC, if cyber compromised, can shut down all engines at once with no pilot correction or override option available. It is sudden death. The 7878-8 Dreamliner is also equipped with integrated modular avionics or IMA, which means that over 100 different computer command modules have been replaced by a single common core system. Thus, if you cyberstrike the IMA, you have destroyed more than 100 critical functions with just one flick. Another gateway to hell is the Aircraft Communication Addressing and Reporting System, or commonly known as ACARS, the communication system between air traffic control, ground vectors, and an inbound or outbound flight during takeoffs or landings. ACARS are simple terrestrial software defined networking systems which are relatively simple to hack and can attack an aircraft when it is most vulnerable upon landings and takeoffs, which was the case with AI-171. With a confirmed probability of aircraft avionics being struck by cyber attacks, this is what might have happened. 1. Chinese state-sponsored cyber criminals or state actors must have accessed the ACARS system of Air India Boeing configuration. ACARS is a fairly simple, unencrypted, unsecured digital data link which can be easily compromised through partner windows like ground crew and airport vendors using the ACARS link for air traffic control to flight communications. They would have identified a soft airport to strike. Ahmedabad is a poorly managed airport with lax security and terrible congestion with an urban sprawl. The urban congestion across the airport perimeter would have ensured high eyeball results with high fatalities. For any terror strike, the idea is to get as much views as possible with high eyeballs, and this definitely the Ahmedabad crash ensured. Till a fortnight prior to the crash, Ahmedabad Airport ground services was being managed by Celebi, the Turkish company whose security clearance was revoked on the 20th of May, just a fortnight prior to the crash. Since airport crew are highly trained and cannot be randomly recruited, the laid off staff of Celebi must have changed uniforms and joined the new service provider, Indo-Thai Services. Google search confirms the same. Using the airport ground vectors communication systems linked to AI 171 ACARS system, the cyber probe must have entered and compromised the flight management system. It would have lain latent till Air India flight A171 rotated past V1 and then rose for a few seconds. Just a few seconds later, as the plane reached a few hundred feet, the sleeping cyber bandit entered the FADEC system and forced power shutdown on both engines. With no manual override option available, the plane sank and crashed. The pilot's last words were, "Mayday, Mayday, Mayday, we have no thrust, no power, falling." The aviation industry must wake up to the dangers of cyber attacks. It would be the most fitting tribute to those who perished in AI 171. It is time we corrected these mistakes and became more vigilant in firewalling cyber attacks. Thank you for listening to this, and our deepest condolences to those who lost their lives and to the families who lost them. Thank you. Jai Bharat, Jai Hind.